But we begin in British Columbia, where on day 5 of a state of emergency, concerns are steadily growing about air quality right across the province. Hundreds of wildfires continue to generate a thick, stifling haze. It's not just uncomfortable. Officials warn it could also be dangerous.
You live in a mountain town and can't see the mountains. It's hard to do all the things we love outdoors and to enjoy our province when you can't breathe properly.
This was the scene earlier today in Vancouver, the city smothered by smoke. Many flights into and out of BC have been disrupted, even cancelled. And air quality advisories are in effect across the province and into the prairies. With no real rain in the forecast over the coming days, a team of 20 from Nova Scotia has headed west to boost the firefighting effort. Let's turn to Meghan Roberts for more on this. So Meghan, what's the latest on those air quality conditions in British Columbia?
They illustrated just how many air quality advisories there are right now straight across the province, ranging from some areas are moderate, but some are high or even higher than that, getting a 10 plus on that 1 to 10 scale. Let me show you why it's a concern for all of Canada, though, right now. We have a smoke forecast, and you can see that the smoke, of course, is on the move. You can see it almost there, forecasting hourly by hourly going into Ontario. And in fact, even yesterday, there were air quality advisories straight across the southern part of the country, all the way into Ontario for the prairie provinces as well. So this is a major concern right now, mostly for people in British Columbia, but it's traveling. It could be for people in all of Canada. We did speak to CBC's medical contributor, Dr. Peter LIN, and he outlined some of the symptoms that could happen.
Short term, very simple. You get irritated eyes, itchy eyes. You might get a sort of plugged up nose. You might have a sore throat. For people with asthma, this is when they get into trouble because the lungs become twitchy and they constrict, and now they can't breathe. For people with lung disease, so for example, COPD, or we call smoker's lungs, they can't breathe because their lung is damaged, so then now they're having difficulty. So in the emergency rooms, they're seeing a lot of those people coming in, basically not able to breathe.
So Dr. LIN also offered some tips for people if they are concerned about reducing the risks that they could face from these air quality advisories. He said, of course, you can stay indoors when that index is particularly high in your communities. Keep your windows closed, your car windows, your house windows, to reduce that exposure to smoke. If you do have one of the conditions he was talking about or a pre-existing condition, make sure you have enough medication so that you can deal with that if you do start to get some of those symptoms. And he also says you can use a mask, an N95 mask, he said, which blocks 95% of those smoke particles, Andrew.
So what's the latest on the fight against the wildfires themselves?
Well, we know there's one particular area of concern right now in British Columbia, the biggest area of concern because of the number of fires and the intensity of the area. That is between Prince George and Smithers. There are a number of evacuation alerts and orders in that area. We have a map to show you that illustrates the area. You can see how big it is, and also everything in red there is an evacuation order. The orange is an evacuation alert. And just to give you some perspective, from Prince George to Smithers is about 370 kilometers. So that corridor there represents about that area in terms of the amount that it covers. So that is an absolutely massive area, several different wildfires burning there, and we know that that is a priority for fighters today.
All right, Meghan, thank you.